Okay, so I'm nervous. So if I shake, don't judge me. This is a new experience for me, seeing my baby brother getting married, and so. Anyways, I'll take it way back to the beginning, back in '92. Um, I was the baby of the family. I was the only boy in the house, and then somebody just came along and took that from me. But because I'm a Christian, I forgive him. I don't take it personal. Um, Anyway, fast forward to like a couple years, we were living in like the eastern part of Congo, and behind our home there was a school. And at night, I don't know how or what happened, but my brother fell into a hole, and so I think I heard him cry for help, and I went there to help him, and I asked him what he was doing in the hole, and then he looked at me strange, and he's like, "Are you an angel?" And it flattered me, but he kind of thought that I was not just a human person. I was God sent, And he kept asking me from then on. He kept asking me from time to time, after a couple of days, "Are you an angel? Are you an angel?" But anyways, coming from a Christian family, as we studied the Bible, some of you have seen me write this post, but I realized something about older brothers. I realized that all older brothers in the Bible messed. I mean, they have a horrible record. Joseph's brothers messed up. Esau messed up. Ishmael messed up. David's older sons messed up. Like all of them, and except for Jesus, who was the only older brother who didn't mess up. And so, back in I think it was 2017 or around that time, as if realizing that all older brothers messed up wasn't bad enough for me, I remember asking my parents, like, "What does my name mean? My middle name." His name is Elisha and Muembo. It means angel. Ngoie means angel. And my name, Dany Omesombo Muembo, means warthog, like the animal warthog. And so I really, man, it was just a dagger to the heart, like why? But, again, we're redeemed because of Jesus, right? We love them nonetheless. And so I'd, I was living with a bunch of Canadian guys close to the university, and when we were parting ways, one of them gifted me an amazing book that I actually recommend to all of you. It's called The Jesus Book by Michael Koulianos, and it radically, radically changed my life, and it impacted me deeply. So I was reading that book, and this is the best memory I have of my brother and I. We've cheered for the same team. We've cried together. I mean, I don't want to get into the details, but we literally fled the war together. It's by God's mighty hand that we're not child soldiers, because the rebels had actually pointed guns at us. And I remember my mom just rolling on the ground and begging them not to recruit my brother and I. And so we've been through a lot. But the best memory I have of my brother and I is that when I was reading that book, suddenly I started to understand the Bible differently. How everything in the Bible, from the beginning to the end, it's all about Jesus. It's all foreshadows Jesus in a weird way, in a weird, nice way. And as I was reading that book, it started to feel literally, and Elisha is for my witness, as if there was another person in our room. And I'll tell Elisha, "Do you feel that loving presence in our room?" And she'll be like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "How do we make it stay?" And he bought I don't know if he bought a piano or something like that, and he would start to play on the piano, but it sounded so off. His voice was horrible. The keys were horrible. And I knew in my heart that he would never, ever be a singer. But then, some way, somehow, we met Pastor Terry, and Pastor Terry told him to join the worship team. And believe it or not, he leads worship, and he sings. And yeah, and all that. So I wanted to read a verse for Elisha and Jenna as I was reading the Jesus book and seeing Jesus in scripture. There's a verse I want to read for you guys. It's actually in the very beginning, like beginning. Reading Genesis 1:18. Then Yahweh God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. Therefore, I will fashion a suitable helper to be his help and strength. For Yahweh God had formed from the soil every animal of the field and every bird of the air, and brought them before the man to see." I'm going to skip a little bit to verse 21, and says, "So Yahweh God caused Adam to fall into a deep trance. And while he slept, he took a portion of Adam's side and closed its place with flesh. Then Yahweh God used the portion of Adam's side and skillfully crafted a woman and presented her to him. And so it's kind of interesting in scripture. The first command God gave Adam was to work, and then Adam didn't have to like strive, like, I don't know, have six pack, go make six figures to get the best girl around. He had to go rest in God's presence. And then God presented the woman to him. And it's interesting also when you look at Jesus' life. When he was on the cross, when he was almost like in a deathly trance, as he was pierced on the side, just as Adam, something was taken from his side. Jesus' bride was born, the church, you and I over here, right? And so Elisha, God created woman from man's side, right? He didn't create woman from the foot of the man, so man is not supposed to step on the woman. Neither did he create the woman from the man's head, so the woman is not supposed to lord over her husband, or from the man's back, But he created her from the side, and the more you think about it, it's actually from the heart, where his very heartbeat is. And so my desire for you is that you'll start to grow intimate with Jesus. Like, I've tried, man, I've had an interesting life, and I've made horrible choices, and I still face the consequences today, but nothing is as good as just having sweet communion time with Jesus. And the more you and Jenna keep your eyes on him, I guarantee you, regardless of the challenges you face, I believe you'll be able to weather that storm, because Jesus himself will be in the storm with you guys. So that's my advice to you guys. And maybe I'll relate to you guys how Elisha met Jenna from our end. Like I said, I made some very dumb choices. And in 2020, I was going through a massive, massive, massive heartbreak. And Elisha would see this girl commenting on my post and like, Dany, there's this girl, her name is Jenna. She's really, really cute. Is that the girl you're interested in? I'm like, bro, I have no desire for a girlfriend at the moment, She's just my friend. And he kept asking me this question, can I ask her out? I was like, you can try, I don't know. And then the rest is history. So anyway, Jenna and Elisha, may Jesus bless your marriage. I hope you have really fat babies, because I like fat babies, Ones that I can cuddle. Babies grow up so fast, so I hope, they remain babies for a little longer. But yeah, keep your eyes on Jesus, and God bless you guys. Thanks for listening to me. Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. Y'all can drink the wine.